A dangerous severe weather outbreak is about to impact over 100 million people, with several tornadoes likely over the next 3 days. Saturday, Sunday, and especially Monday will bring widespread severe weather across the Great Plains and Midwest. Damaging winds, giant hail, and a few significant tornadoes are expected. Monday stands out as increasingly favorable for intense, long-track tornadoes, destructive hail, and widespread damaging winds. By second 12, text overlay enlarges, Monday, SIG-2 tornado risk, EF3 plus possible. Quick cut to the Storm Prediction Center Day 3 outlooks showing the hatched tornado risk area. Sharp, urgent beep. For the first time ever, a Day 3 SIG-2 tornado threat has been issued. This is a historic forecast, and you need to take it seriously. Transition to the weather studio. Music fades to a low, driving bed. Today is Saturday, and the Storm Prediction Center has already upgraded the risk to a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk across Nebraska, Colorado, and Kansas. A large slight risk covers most of Iowa, where I see a growing risk of significant severe weather this afternoon. A giant marginal threat stretches from Utah and Texas all the way into West Virginia. Damaging winds over 80 miles per hour are possible today, especially in southwestern Nebraska and extreme northwestern Kansas. Even as far east as Omaha, wind gusts could exceed 75 miles per hour. Large to very large hail, including baseball and teacup sizes, is on the table. In central Iowa, the tornado threat is growing. The SPC now has a 5% tornado risk in Nebraska, Colorado, and Kansas, and a large 2% risk into Iowa. I think Iowa's risk could be upgraded further for a couple of tornadoes. Make sure you have multiple ways to receive warnings. Saturday is concerning, but Sunday and Monday are the days that really worry me. Sunday has a large enhanced risk in Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, and South Dakota. A slight risk stretches from Wisconsin into Kansas. All hazards are possible on Sunday, but the main concern will be giant hail. Tennis ball to softball-sized hail is possible with any supercell that develops, especially near Sioux Falls and far northwestern Iowa. There is also a very elevated risk for a few strong tornadoes from northern Kansas into southwestern Minnesota. Any supercell that stays discrete near Sioux Falls or central Nebraska could produce a strong tornado. We will be live covering this, so subscribe and ring the bell. Monday is shaping up to be the most significant day of this entire stretch. The SPC has a large enhanced risk from Oklahoma into Iowa, with a slight risk from Michigan to Texas. The SPC said higher wind and tornado probabilities are on the table. For the first time ever, a Day 3 SIG-2 risk has been outlined. This means EF3 or stronger tornadoes are possible with any discrete supercell that develops on Monday. Outside that hatched area, large hail, damaging winds, and a few strong tornadoes are possible from Iowa to Texas. Even in the Midwest, a few tornadoes could occur. It all comes down to storm mode and where the strongest low-level jet sets up. Monday is setting up to be a very significant day of severe weather. Now let's go through the timing, starting with today. Most storms will fire later this afternoon, around 4 to 5 p.m., from Denver, Colorado, to Des Moines. By 6 to 7 p.m., storms will rapidly become more widespread and significant. Multiple supercells will go up in central and southern Iowa. The main concern will be large to very large hail, but a couple of tornadoes are possible between 5 and 9 p.m. Out west, a cluster of storms will fire near the Interstate 70 corridor north of Garden City, capable of very large hail and possibly a tornado. By 7 p.m., the tornado threat will be maximized in far northwestern Kansas, southwest of Kearney. Supercells will be ongoing all across Iowa. Meanwhile, a significant line of storms in southern Indiana, Kentucky, and Ohio will produce a damaging wind threat and perhaps an isolated tornado in Kentucky. Through 8 p.m., severe weather continues in Nebraska, northern Kansas, and central and eastern Iowa, with damaging winds and very large hail. An isolated supercell could develop in eastern Nebraska after sunset, posing a brief tornado risk. Otherwise, large hail is the main threat. By 10 to 11 p.m., 3 clusters of storms will be ongoing, one weakening in Kentucky, a strong one in Iowa with flash flood potential, and an intense line in Nebraska and northern Kansas with a low. Overnight, storms produce isolated damaging winds and heavy rain, similar to last night. On Sunday, severe weather ramps up further. Storms will become numerous by 4 to 5 p.m. across South Dakota and western Minnesota, with a damaging wind threat and a low tornado risk. In far western Nebraska, gusty winds will be ongoing. Supercell initiation is expected around 6 p.m. inside the 10% hatched tornado risk area in eastern Nebraska. Any storm that stays discrete here will be capable of strong, possibly long-track tornadoes. By 7 p.m., storms become more numerous, but discrete cells northwest of Omaha will carry the highest tornado threat. An isolated supercell may also develop in central Nebraska around 7 to 8 p.m., bringing a tornado risk just south of Interstate 80 west of Kearney. By 8 to 9 p.m., a large line will impact Minnesota and Iowa, with damaging winds and a couple of embedded tornadoes possible near Omaha and Minneapolis. Overnight Sunday, storms will weaken as they move into Wisconsin, though gusty winds and an isolated damaging gust will remain. Significant storms will persist between Sioux Falls and Omaha. Monday's risk will be even more significant for many. During the early afternoon Monday, a couple of supercells could develop in Iowa. Any discrete storm that forms anywhere in this environment will be capable of very large hail and a strong tornado. The best chance for that will stretch from northern Iowa into Oklahoma. By 3 to 4 p.m., storms will increase in Iowa and the Central Plains. In the Central Plains, a boatload of wind shear and a sharp dry line will set the stage for significant severe weather. If storms initiate and stay discrete, there is a higher risk of significant, possibly intense EF3+ tornadoes. By 5 p.m., storms will be going up from southeast Minnesota into central Kansas, with large hail and damaging winds the main threat. But around 5 to 6 p.m., the initiation of much more significant severe weather is expected in the highest tornado risk area on Monday. At 7 p.m., storms may still be discrete across the Midwest and Central Plains, though they could start clustering just north of Kansas City, leading to a significant damaging wind threat. After sunset, storms will become more widespread from Kansas into Wisconsin and Illinois, producing damaging winds, hail, and a few tornadoes embedded in lines. By Tuesday morning, storms will weaken, but the severe weather threat will continue on Tuesday, especially from the Midwest into the southern plains. Wednesday and Thursday will see more isolated severe storms, and the pattern will likely ramp up again by next weekend. This is a historic multi-day outbreak. We will be live when tornado warnings are issued. Subscribe, share this video, and make sure your family and neighbors are prepared. This is not a drill.